Hey, Don Copeland here, and kind of continuing on with our thread of comparing and contrasting the decoration methods that we offer here at ColDesi, and you should be offering at your business. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about digital heat effects, the white toner-based laser systems, versus a direct-to-garment printer like the DTG G4. And in fact, at the end, we'll shoot you some links to some cool videos to kind of showing some application of them where I think they both kind of excel, and also give you an idea where they kind of go together quite nicely. A lot of you who have maybe researched this know that basically direct-to-garment printing is just what it sounds like. You're printing directly onto a fabric, directly onto a substrate. It doesn't necessarily have to be a shirt, as you can see here. This is a canvas, upside down or whatever, I can't tell, but it's a canvas. We printed directly on the DTG. Whereas with the Okies, you're generating a transfer that you transfer via heat onto the substrates. Typically it's a two-step process. We have to marry and then you have to press it on. And so there are some benefits and ups and downsides to that. One of the downsides would be is if you only have a job right then that requires a 5 inch by 6 inch component, you're going to use a whole sheet of media. So there's going to be some waste there. Whereas in a direct-to-garment printer, you might print something that's just a chest print, right, that costs you a couple, 3 cents. We did a video recently where we did a chest print on a V-neck, and I think that the ink cost in that was like 4 cents or something like that. Whereas if I only had to do one of those transfers that size on my Oki or on my i550, I might be spending $4 for that one transfer. So, you know, there is that differentiation. Another differentiation between them is going to be the way that they address light-colored shirts, for instance. This transfer here, which is on a white-colored shirt, which looks great, by the way, also has a hand to it, has a feel to it, and has a white backing on it, just like if I'd done this transfer on a dark shirt, all right? When I do a print with a DTG printer on a light, there is a significant hand difference in it. You cannot feel this at all. This is a pillowcase, right? And I don't know about you, I don't want to be able to feel the embellishment on my pillowcase, right? And so this material, perfect for DTG printing. It's lightweight. Again, this is another print, probably cost us like 13 or 14 cents. It was a video we did recently, so you could probably check me on that if you wanted to go and look for it. But if I were to close my eyes and go like this, I'm not going to feel at all where the print is at. All right? Another difference between them would be dealing with materials like this. This is a performance wear, all right? It's a Sport Tech shirt. As you can see, we've actually even used in this, we used a method that is called striping that we actually use in it. And that's awesome because a lot of times these shirts will be form-fitting, all right? And so if the design flexes too much, you don't want it to crack. With this, it actually allows it to, it's got the flex built in by doing that. And this is a wicking shirt. What does a wicking shirt do? It wicks, which means it takes liquids from one place to another place without allowing them to settle in. Well, guess what DTG inks are? They're liquid. And so it's hard to get a good adhesion, especially on a dark, and especially because you'd have to put a white foundation in, which is hard to make a white ink have flex as well. So here's an example. I think Mark used this a year or so ago back when he was showing this exact image on his shirt. And this is a DTG print on a black cotton shirt. And as you'll notice the edges of the print where it starts to fade off into nothing, you can actually start to see the shirt come through it, just like you would if you were looking at this live with a black backdrop. And you're not going to get that with a transfer system, any kind of transfer system. Even though with a transfer system like the Oki, you're going to get amazing colors. You're going to be able to print on polyesters. This is a wicking material. But if you look at the edges, they are edges. They're hard, fast. It's either on or off. There's no translucency type of printing you're going to get with these. So there would be a difference between the two. So I guess really what it comes down to is, why do I need A or B? And I'll tell you what the answer is it's C. You need both A and B because you're going to bring a lot of things to the table. And we haven't even touched on the things that you can do with the white toner printers that are not typical apparel that you would not print with a direct-to-garment printer. We did an earlier video where we compared UV, and there were some overlaps between the two of them. There are with these, but these rigid goods certainly put these out separate from the DTG printer. Things like the coolers, the koozies, the cups, hats. Could you direct-to-garment print a hat? Yep. Would it drive you absolutely insane? Yep, absolutely would. So what applications would you have that you could actually use both technologies, and maybe both technologies at the same time, right? That's something to think about. More and more people these days are wanting to brand stuff. Your customers are coming to you to buy apparel or whatever to push their brand, right? If you have things that your artwork that you're coming up with, or even if you're doing work for customers, you should probably be looking to push your brand. And this is one of the really cool applications, and we'll have a video on showing you how to do this that we'll give you a link to out of this, which is to do your own name tags. You put your tags inside of your shirts. This is when we did the ColDesi logo. Now we could have done it in full color if we wanted to. And by the way, we had a little argument about this. I'm going, man, this is just so big. And then I got shown some shirts that nowadays the inside tag is almost bigger than the graphic on the outside. But for doing applications like this, because almost all the t-shirts you buy nowadays, they have removable tags. You can tear the tags out. They get rip-away tags. So you can very quickly tear out the tag, put your tag in there. But also applications that are really a pain to do in direct-to-garment. If I wanted just a small logo right here, or maybe a small logo right here, or down in the corner, and that was it, it'd be a pain to sit there and try to load up and print all of those on a direct-to-garment printer and press all those on a direct-to-garment printer, when I could actually print up a page that might have anywhere from 24 to 60 of these on it, trim them up and press them all, and have just that small area done, have much less time involved, and you would probably spend a hair more than you would on the ink, but when you look at a direct-to-garment printer, it's 45 seconds to cure each one, plus you have to pre-treat the shirt, a lot of steps. So I could do my big graphic here on the back, and then do my branding here, or something special. You know, maybe you're doing something for a little league sports team, and you want to put the kid's name, the kid's number right here. Much easier to do it with the transfer printer. Print up one page, you can knock out the whole team, and put them on there. It's like that. And by the way, if they wanted some koozies for the little league team, you could do the koozies by having this, while you're doing the DTG printing over here and whatnot. So there really is a great argument for extending and having both. If money isn't the biggest object, you could buy a G4 and maybe our 9541, which is our top end, high end, largest one. But if you're just looking to do things like tags, some polyesters and things like that, understand that some of these prints we do with the polyesters, these are really these are sexy, but this isn't really a practical application. Most of the time on performance wear, it's relatively small decorations, right? And so you're not going to be paying $4 a page and getting one shirt out of it. You're going to get 6 or 8 or 10 shirts out of it when you're doing the performance wear. So what you may do is buy a G4 and then go to the lowest range of our DFX, which is the i550, which is about $5,000 for the printer itself. You're already going to have heat presses, right, because you're doing the direct-to-garment. So do I get a DTG? Do I get a DFX? The answer to that question is yes, you should, because they both work quite well together. I'm Don Copeland.